Hi everyone, welcome again to another episode of Crystal Clear with Katerina. I am your host, Audrey. You can call me Dre. So today we have a very special guest joining us, and she is known to sing, known to do a lot of other things. She's a reporter with ISCB TV, and she's famous, I can say. But then there's one thing that we don't know about her, and we are about to discover today. I hope you're interested. Come with me. Let's hear as Nkosile Dube tells us about her secret hobby.
Okay, thank
Hi,
you.
Nkosi.
Hi, my name is Nkosile Dube. I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm a second year law student, 2019 batch. I speak Ndebele and I'm from a town called Gwanda. Yes, so the secret hobby, okay, let me just expose it. I'm a tailor, I'm a designer, I make clothes and and all that. So I visualize outfits in my head and then I make it for you. So that's my secret hobby, apart from singing and doing other things. But yeah, today it's about that.
Wow. As we can tell, she's looking very tailored, if I can say. This is amazing. So you made this yourself?
Yeah, I made this myself.
Wow, this is beautiful. So like how long does it take? What does it take to come up with this look?
It depends, I can say. But when I'm making something which I'm really passionate about, I can take maybe this I made like in an hour. Yeah.
An hour.
Yeah, if I'm really like up to wearing the thing, especially if it's for me, I'm really quick about it. But if it's for someone, I usually take time because it's for someone else. So I take maybe 2 days.
Perfection,
Yeah.
I like that. That's amazing. So how did this start? How did you find out that you wanted to make clothes, you wanted to make people look good?
I don't know when it really started, but my mom and my grandmother at home, they have a machine. So I used to be that girl who never used to go outside to play. I would just go to the machine and start making things. So I used to make curtains at home. I think when I was in grade 6, I was making curtains at home, and just to try about it. And then when I went to high school, secondary, I chose fashion and fabrics, textile designing. So I did it for 4 years, and then the high school 2 years I did textiles. But I wasn't really sure that it's something that I want to be doing in the long run. But with the exposure of everyone at home being a tailor, everyone making clothes for themselves and seeing my mom look good. When I was in my Form 4 break, I used to make clothes for people, for myself, and then actually fell in love with it because that's what I would do the whole time. And so, and that's how I actually began to love making clothes for people, because the joy that the people have when I make something for them, it's priceless. So I love it.
I feel that joy. That joy is coming. I feel that joy. I think some outfit is coming.
Okay.
I can feel the joy coming.
I'll be
like
waiting
that.
for you.
Yes, I'm bringing everything. What should I bring myself? Tape measure? Everything is there.
You just also tell me your style and your taste on things, and we can work with that. And also what you visualize in your head. If you can draw and show me what you mean, and I can see it, that would be better. But I can also draw for myself and card and make something, and you look good.
So it's all up in the mind. You just, if I make this sleeve a flare like that, and if I make this some puffiness there, it's gonna look good. All in the mind, and then you just draw it down. Wow.
Yeah, I can say that, but the problem is with me, I'm not good with drawing. So what I do is I just sketch like a rough idea, and then I can already see like, okay, this is going to be this part, this is going to be this part, then I now go to the machine. So if maybe I could draw something, it would enhance my skills, but still okay.
That's amazing. That's really nice. Now I feel like I'm curious to see the sketches.
No, you don't want to see that. You just want to see the outfit, please.
The end product is what's very important.
Yeah.
So, what inspires you really before you sketch it down? How does it come to you? Before do you just sketch it down there and you're like, oh, so there's, or do you first get inspiration from something else? You know, some people want a quiet place, some people want a noisy, busy place. How do you get your inspiration?
Okay, that's new. Quiet place? That's meditating, but well, that's a good question. I think my inspiration comes from visualizing things, like from my head. Like looking at you, I try to see what I can put my taste on it. Because, you know, the world has put a certain fashion sense to people that, oh, this is what is nice, this is what looks good. If it's not Vogue, then it's not nice. If it's not this, then it's not. But I still believe that people have their own different tastes that they want to express in clothes. So what inspires me is actually making what I visualize in my mind to come true without tampering with someone else's idea. You see, like how people can just pimp other people's ideas, like so I just get my inspiration from that, and I visualize things in my head, and I follow people that actually inspire me to do that. Like my aunt, I can say she's my inspiration because she's the one who, when she saw that now I love making clothes, she was there to guide me. So yeah, I get inspired each day.
That's amazing. Shout out to Auntie.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's really so much talent for someone as young as you. So this is another motivation really for people that are out there. They're like, I don't know what I should do with my time. I don't know where I should start. That you can try anything and you can find and fall in love with it. Really.
Yeah.
That's really profound and amazing. Yeah. So where do you see yourself in the long run? Do you plan on doing this full time? Do you plan on just doing this on the side there for a really long time?
Okay, I think I can say I plan on being in the field in the long time, like in the long time of it, but I wouldn't be like someone who wakes up, goes to that thing. Like I would put all my money that I get from law and all that professional thingy, I would invest in it, because my dad always tells me to say invest in what you love. Because if you base on doing what you love, like coming here to China, I would have done fashion designing or textiles, but from that I know that I can use the money that I get from law to invest in fashion and all that. So I plan on, in the long run, I plan on building an academy, like where I stay back at home in Gwanda, in Zimbabwe. Yeah, I told you guys before. And and we'll see where it goes. Actually bringing up talent, because where I come from, it's a place where Ndebele people really value their culture and how they like to create their own things. If you have passed that place, or if you have read about it in the I don't know, in the internet or something, you know that there are people that do beading, crafting, embroidery and stuff like that. So they actually value things that you make with your own hands and with your own mind. You know, like thinking, okay, this can be like this, and I can put beads, I can put this. So I want to like make that space for them where they can now do it professionally and they can get paid for it, because now they get paid, but it's just, you know, small money and even being appreciated by some people, but it doesn't really get up to the money that they are really supposed to get, because those things are really, really expensive if they are now maybe imported to other places.
Those are works of art. You know?
So in the long run, I want to actually expose those people to be seen by the world, you know, to put them out there, to know that, okay, there's an academy for Ngosi Inhle, she stays in Gwanda. It will be even known worldwide. We do a lot of things and all that. So yeah, that's what I can say.
Wow, this is an amazing vision, really. This is for the people and by the people as well. That is amazing. So wow, I'm intrigued now. This is really brilliant. It's really profound, you know, to think outside of just yourself and you getting your name out there, but also uplifting the youth, uplifting people that are out there to show forth their talents and all. That is beautiful. So on that note, this is like my most exciting moment in this entire show. It's the game time. Time for the game. So I'm going to give you two of each, like a pair in all the questions, And I want you to visualize. Unfortunately, we don't have a sketch.
Oh
book,
yeah, but still okay. I'm not good at
We
that.
can get into
I
your
wouldn't want to
mind.
expose myself. Yeah.
So we'll just venture, take a train of thought into your mind and see who you would design for and what you would come up with for that particular person.
Interesting. Okay. Bring
So
it
this is
on.
random. This is random. Random. And we're giving you a very few minutes, seconds to think about it. And then you tell us.
Okay, am I supposed to say what am I going to make for the person, or I just
Yeah, like visualize, like I'll give them this and that.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
I love this. So, first and foremost, drum roll please. Da, 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 da.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's say Trevor Noah.
Mm-hmm.
You know Trevor Noah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. And Jay-Z. Trevor Noah and Jay-Z. They both come to you and they're like, we need it in the latest of time. So you have to choose one. Who would it be?
Okay, I think it would be Jay-Z.
My heart was just going, Trevor. But it's all right.
Sorry, next time. I think it would be Jay-Z, and I can say a simple kimono because his height is interesting than Trevor Noah, and I think I can more relate to his style. Is out there. Trevor Noah is more formal, you know. So I think Jay-Z,
like,
just a kimono for him to be doing the, you know, yeah.
Come on. Oh my God.
And that would be quick than for Trevor Noah, someone who's always in the formal side of things. So suits take time. So no, next time.
Next time. I hope you got that. So okay. Second pair.
Oh my god.
It's like a more local, you know, local pair. You know these people. So let's say Daniel. You know Daniel.
Yeah.
And Ethan. These are very good teachers. Shout out to our teachers, Daniel and Ethan.
Oh my god.
Who would you
Daniel and
choose?
Ethan.
Who would you choose?
Okay, I think I would go for. Oh my god. I don't know. I think I would go for. Oh my
Don't
god.
do anything. Come on. It's all right. They won't take it wrongly. I promise.
I would go for Mr. Ethan.
Okay, Mr. Ethan.
Yeah. I would go for Mr. Ethan. Just a simple Chinese shirt, you know. It won't take time.
Oh, with the Mandarin collar. I know my things.
You know,
Can I
you know
say?
fashion. Yeah, you know. Oh, the
I
Mandarin
follow
collar.
people. The Mandarin collar and everything.
Yeah.
That would be beautiful.
And
Amazing. Last one. The insightful, the interesting, the excellent.
oh my god.
Okay.
Ready am
So
I.
these are students that we meet on a daily basis. We see them here around campus. So we just want to see
I
if
hope
you...
I know them.
Oh, you do. We have Madu. You know him? He's a brilliant dancer. And we have Ali. He is classical Nigerian. Loves his culture. Who would you choose?
I think I would definitely choose Ali.
Because of the culture.
Yeah. And it would be nice for me to make something out of the box for him. You know?
Yes.
Like something which is out of the box, like totally out of the box. Yeah, and I've seen what he loves, so that'll be even quicker for me because I'll just see him and I'm like, okay, this is
the way, this is the culture. That is amazing.
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm so excited, guys. I'm literally super excited. So if you want to have your stuff made, you know who to go to. She's right here. And I see that you have experience. I mean, all those years of learning fashion.
Oh no. Well, I do, but in men's clothes, I don't really have so much experience because those things are really complicated. Though I have made stuff for my dad here and there, but I love ladies. This quick.
You love
Love ladies.
It is
because it's
amazing.
really quick
Amazing.
and the styles are not too complex. Because men, I have to put a collar, I have to put a band, I have to put a zip. Oh my god.
It's a lot of work. So where can we
Tell
find
me
you? Where
about
can we find some of the works you have done? Where can we find your pictures of stuff you have made before? Like maybe Instagram page, things like that.
Oh, you mean here in Wenjo or just?
Yeah, here, like your pages, social pages that we can follow and see things that you have made maybe before.
Okay, I've worked with, since I came in September 2019, I've worked with Daphne Boutique. So she had her grand opening around November. I designed and dressed the models. Yeah, so if you see her page or any other thing, yeah, it's me that made the clothes. And Facebook and Instagram, my IG handles Nhle Dube on Nkosi Nhle Dube, you can find me. And just people, if you see someone wearing something African made, you know it's me.
It's definitely that is amazing.
Or you can ask them, but yeah, some came with their clothes from home, but yeah.
I'll just assume that it's you. Just be like, oh, that's one of her things.
One of her touch. If you see that touch, you know, no,
Come
it's
on.
me.
That is spicy. Thank you so much for joining us today. We had a lovely time. I mean, this is so nice. This is amazing. We get to see one of us going out there exploring themselves and finding themselves and loving what they do. That is super amazing. Thank you, viewers, for joining us today. And we hope you join us again, same time, same place, next week. Thank you so much. It's me. Ciao.